Steve Radner breaks down exactly what the shutdown is going to be all about. And Democrats better wake up and let America know why the GOP is shutting down the government. They are holding Americans hostage. In November, or by the end of this year, all the subsidies that people get for insurance under the Affordable Care Act and in other domains, that will be gone because a big, beautiful bill decided to keep it out of there and give a big, big break to wealthy people as people lose their insurance. So as it turns out, Steve Radner explains why exactly it is that, one, people are going to lose their insurance, how it breaks it down from what Obamacare, the Affordable Care Act, did do. Two, he points out how subsidies are the main drivers of people losing insurance. And three, how the prices for all people's insurance, whether they were on the Affordable Care Act or not, are going to go up because the loss of all those insured people, including those that were subsidized by the Affordable Care Act, will cause everybody else's insurance to go up. So in effect, the GOP will be closing the government down because they're saying you are not worth having health care, and we're going to make sure everybody else's health care go up. Check this out. We'll take it on the other side.
Steve, your first chart takes us through projections on how many Americans could lose their health insurance from the proposed budget cuts. What did you find?
Yeah, look, as you said, Mika, healthcare has become the major issue in this shutdown, and for good reason, as I'm going to show you. You haven't heard Republicans say lately, let's repeal Obamacare, have you? I haven't heard it. You probably haven't heard it because it's not popular to say that. So they've been doing it surreptitiously, piece by piece. They are dismantling Obamacare. And that is what the Democrats are fighting for in this go-round. So let's take a look at the numbers. Obamacare started right about in here and with about 45 million Americans uninsured at the time. We brought it all the way down here to 25 million. In other words, 20 million Americans got insurance, largely, if not entirely, because of Obamacare. And now a combination of changes is going to bring that back up here, and it's going to take away 70% of the people who got health insurance under Obamacare are going to lose it, both because of what's in the big, beautiful bill and because of what's on the table right now, which I'm going to explain. And you can see it breaks down to a few pieces. These are the changes made in the big, beautiful bill. That's 10 million of this 14. And now what's on the table for this shutdown would be 4.2 million more people losing their health insurance if the Republicans get their way.
Steve, as we move to your second chart, there are these tax credits, enhanced tax credits that boost coverage that are set to expire at the end of the year. What impact will that have?
Yeah, so that's what's on the table. The Democrats have a long wish list, but when you talk to them privately, what it comes down to for the moment, they're not going to get the big, beautiful bill unwound. What it comes down for the moment is another provision set to expire at the end of this year, unrelated to the big, beautiful bill, a bunch of extra tax credits that were passed during the Biden administration under the American Rescue Plan to both provide more aid and to deal with an original kind of little design flaw in Obamacare. So this is the percent of income that people have to pay for health care. This is the income level starting at the bottom, obviously, and going all the way up here. And under the ACA, there was this cliff where if you got above $60,000 a year of income for a single person, the amount you paid suddenly went up like that and then eventually declined. The provision that was put in during the Biden administration provided what are called enhanced subsidies and took your costs down to here. And so if this expires at the end of the year, as it is currently scheduled to do, for all these folks, the percent of their income that they're going to pay is going to go back to this pink line. And that's what's really at stake at the moment. And you can see that those enhanced tax credits were very, very popular. The number of people taking it went from 10 million all the way up here to 20 million as they came into effect. Most of the people who get it are people down here, which is 250% of the poverty line is about $40,000 a year. So these are people for whom buying insurance would be very, very costly. And so we were providing a wonderful benefit to them that is going to go away in the course of this year if there is not some agreement.
So then you're going to have fewer people on the insurance rolls. And Steve, what does that do to premiums ultimately? I'm hearing the concept of even premiums tripling.
Yeah, so fewer people on health insurance means that health insurance companies raise prices for everyone who's buying through these marketplaces that were created under the ACA or Obamacare, because fewer people, it just makes it more expensive for them. And so you had 312 insurers already file for their rates for next year. And they're assuming that these things expire. That's what they have to. That's the current law. And when you look at these are all the different ones, but the point of it is 18% proposed rate change, not just for the people that I was talking about before, but for everybody who buys their insurance through the Obamacare marketplace. And then if you want to take a look at what this means for a representative family, take a 55-year-old couple making $85,000 a year. Their insurance bill at the moment is $7,225, thanks to the subsidies that we talked about. The subsidies go away. Their bill goes to $20,792. But then you have what I talked about a minute ago, that premiums just go up in general because fewer people are on insurance. So their premiums actually go to $24,535. You tell me how a couple making $85,000 can afford to pay $24,000 for their insurance. Hence, you see all those people dropping off of the insurance rolls.
So that's the point. That's the bottom line. The bottom line is Republicans decided that they are going to lie to their constituents, tell them that what the Democrats want to do is to increase the monies and giveaways that they're giving to illegal immigrants. They want to lie to their constituents and tell them somehow it is the Democrats that are shutting down the government. Point blank. Let this be known. The government will shut down on Tuesday, or likely shut down on Tuesday. And the reason it's going to be shut down is because the GOP refuses to give health care to the people who are on the exchange, and they refuse to do what's necessary to prevent people's health insurance from skyrocketing. So it's clear this is a Republican shutdown, and they're shutting it down because they're holding you hostage. They're holding you hostage by saying, everything within the continuation bill is not for you. It's for the wealthy. As far as you're concerned, fend for yourself. If you can't afford insurance, die. All of our country's problems, from polarization to ignorance on domestic and